remember the movie Going in Style?
Semtex Steel has frozen all pension payments.
Thinking of robbing a bank.
Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and Alan Arkin play retirees who lost their pension and plot to rob a bank in order to get even. Well, even if you haven't, here to talk about it on today's show is Marcus Warren. He's a financial author, advisor, and radio show host here in Louisville, and a weekly guest on Great Day Live. Okay, Marcus, obviously most of us wouldn't resort to robbing a bank, but the reality of losing a pension is real for millions of Americans.
Yeah, and the reality of it is the fact that pensions have basically gone the way of the dodo bird. They're basically extinct. And that really happened back in the late 80s. There was the Revenue Act of 1978 introduced the 401k, and a lot of corporations saw that, hey, they don't have to worry about paying out the pensions while the employee is working, and then have to pay it out once they retire. So they jumped on that defined contribution bandwagon, which are 401ks, and they basically shifted the risk from themselves onto the employee. And so now they're responsible for contributing to their 401k, funding and picking out investment managers, and the companies got away from those pensions.
Wow, so are they completely gone, or just on average like most of them are?
Well, it's like this. Back before the late 80s now, about 80% of companies had pensions. Now it's about 17% of companies offer pensions.
Wow, okay, so what do we do if we lose a pension or we are forced to retire early?
Really, you have to take a step back and make sure that your nest egg is adequate, because retirement's all about income. You're going to need income that's going to last throughout your retirement. And a lot of times when you go into a situation knowing that your pension has been cut or you don't have a pension, you're responsible for it. So you have to make sure that you're managing your money and putting money away into that nest egg so you have enough for retirement.
Okay, so for everyone, obviously there's only a select few that actually have a pension. Most of us watching right now, we probably never had a pension to begin with. What is your advice to those folks?
Number one is, hopefully you do have a company retirement plan. If it's not a pension, you have some sort of 401k, 403b, something like that. And I always recommend that people contribute at least up until the match so they can get the free money from their employer. Because just like I said, the responsibility lies with you. It used to be, there used to be the three-legged stool of retirement, right? You had a company pension, you had Social Security, and then you had your personal savings, whether it's a company retirement plan or whatever you had at the bank. And now, basically, for a lot of people, those pensions are gone. And so, and of course, Social Security is now social insecurity right now. And so a lot of that risk has been put on the shoulders of the American worker. And so what can they do? Really, the only thing that you can do is make sure that you have a plan for retirement. Putting that money away, making sure that you're diversified, making sure you don't have all your eggs in one basket or you're just contributing to that company stock. Make sure that you have that system so you're going to be okay in retirement.
Absolutely. And do you have questions about your pension, or maybe you want to learn more about how to create your own pension if you don't have one? Just call the number on your screen right now for a free pension consultation. The number is 502-339-8255. It's an easy process, just a cup of coffee and a conversation about your situation. You'll walk away with some valuable insight about how to maximize your pension or how to create one if your employer doesn't provide one. You must be approaching retirement or already retired and have at least $250,000 in investable assets. Marcus, tell us more about a pension consultation. This is valuable for people with or without pensions, is that right?
Yeah, so if you have a pension and you haven't taken it yet, we like to sit down and give you the best options, because sometimes companies offer a lump sum option where you can take it as a lump sum, and sometimes that's a better option. And if you don't have a pension, then we can find ways to create what we call a personal pension for you.
Again, the number to call is 502-339-8255 for a complimentary pension consultation. This is good for those of you who have pensions and want to learn what your options are, and for those of you who don't have a pension and want to learn how to create your own so that you don't run out of money in retirement. You can also visit warrenwealth.net for more information.